The cat had been at Clearwater Animal Shelter for 4 months when Elena first saw her. Not in person, on the shelter's website in a photo someone had taken through the kennel bars. Brown tabby, female, approx. 3 years, returned once, not recommended for homes with young children or other pets. Requires patient adopter. Elena was 27. She lived alone in a 1-bedroom apartment in Portland, Oregon, and worked as a medical transcriptionist from home. She read the description, closed the laptop, and went to bed. She opened it again at 11:43 p.m. and looked at the photo one more time. The cat's name, according to the shelter, was Fig. Elena drove to the shelter on a Tuesday in October. She told herself she was just looking. The volunteer walked her down the kennel aisle. Most cats came forward as she passed. A tortoiseshell pressed her face against the bars. An orange kitten batted at her sleeve. Elena stopped in front of Fig's kennel. Fig was in the back corner. She did not come forward. She sat with her front paws tucked underneath her, watching Elena with yellow-green eyes the color of old glass. Her expression wasn't hostile. It was something more considered, the look of someone who had been approached many times by people who eventually left and had decided the most efficient response was to wait and see. Elena sat down on the floor of the aisle. The volunteer said she didn't have to do that. Elena said she knew. She sat there for 11 minutes. Fig watched her for most of it. Then, slowly, with the unhurried deliberateness of someone carrying out a decision on her own schedule, Fig stood up, walked to the front of the kennel, and pressed her forehead against the bars. Elena reached 2 fingers through. Fig's eyes closed halfway. The volunteer later said she had worked at the shelter for 3 years and had never seen Fig do that with anyone. Elena filled out the paperwork the same day. The first 2 days, Fig stayed under the bed. Elena did not coax her. She placed the food bowl near the bed skirt, changed the water twice a day, and went about her work at the desk. On the second night, she heard Fig eating at 2 a.m., deliberate, unhurried crunching, and considered that progress enough. On the third morning, Fig came out. She walked out from under the bed, sat in the middle of the floor, and looked around the apartment as if she had commissioned it and was checking whether the contractors had followed instructions. She inspected the windowsill, she found the patch of morning light near the radiator, and sat in it for 45 minutes. She did not look at Elena once during this entire process. Elena kept working. She did not reach for her phone. She understood, without being told, that this was not a moment for reaction. That evening, while Elena was eating dinner, Fig jumped onto the chair beside her. Not on Elena's lap, not demanding anything, just present, occupying the adjacent space with the quiet authority of someone who had decided where she belonged. If you've been watching this channel and haven't subscribed yet, this is the moment. This is exactly the kind of story we exist to tell. Hit the button before we go any further. By the end of the first week, Fig had established a routine precise enough to set a clock. At 6:47 every morning, Elena checked more than once, Fig appeared in the bedroom doorway and waited. Not meowing, not jumping on the bed, just present. When Elena's alarm went off at 7, Fig walked to the mattress and slow blinked once. Elena slow blinked back. This was how they said good morning. During work hours, Fig stationed herself on the desk, not on the keyboard, not blocking the monitor, but in the back left corner where she could see both Elena's face and the window. She was there the way a colleague is there, present, parallel, occasionally glancing over to confirm everything was proceeding as expected. What Elena noticed, slowly, was that Fig had begun doing something she had no name for. Whenever Elena was on a difficult call, a complicated report, a long transcription with unclear audio, Fig would shift and place one paw, lightly, against Elena's forearm. Not needing, not asking for attention, just the small, warm weight of another creature saying, "I'm here. Keep going." Domestic short-hair tabbies are the most common cats in American shelters. They are also among the least adopted, passed over for purebreds, for kittens, for cats with more immediately striking appearances. Brown tabbies wait longer than almost any other coat pattern for reasons that have more to do with familiarity than behavior. Domestic shorthairs carry hybrid vigor, resilience that comes from genetic diversity rather than selective breeding. They are not bred for a particular personality, They develop one, and what they develop is entirely their own. Fig's caution, her observation period, her deliberate approach, these are not unusual behaviors in cats with shelter histories and a return on record. Behaviorists call it a calibrated trust response. The cat has learned that attachment is possible, but not guaranteed, and has built a screening process accordingly. The slow blink, the gradual proximity, the paw against the forearm, not random behaviors. A language spoken by an animal that learned it the hard way. The return note in Fig's file said she had been surrendered because she didn't seem to like her first family. Elena thought she probably liked them fine. She just needed more time than they were willing to give. In January, Elena got sick. It started as a cold and became by the 4th day the kind of illness that puts a person flat and makes basic decisions feel complicated. She worked from bed when she could, slept when she couldn't. Fig did not leave the bed for 3 days. Not the desk, not the windowsill, not the sunny patch by the radiator. She stayed close, warm, steady. She purred, not the light social purr of mornings, but the deep, almost mechanical purr Elena had only heard a few times before, always when Fig had decided presence was what the situation required. The second night, Elena woke at 3 a.m. Fig was sitting upright beside her, watching her face in the dark with those yellow-green eyes. Not anxious, just there, alert, doing the things she had been doing since October. Watching, staying, not leaving. Elena put her hand on Fig's back. Fig pressed into it and began to purr again. She lay there, too tired to do anything else, with a cat once labeled not recommended warm against her side, and thought, we both just needed someone to wait long enough. Fig still sleeps on the corner of the bed, still appears in the doorway at 6:47 every morning, still places one paw against Elena's arm during hard calls, still slow blinks in greeting, still takes the chair beside her at dinner. The shelter photo is still on Elena's phone, Fig in the back corner, not looking at the camera. She keeps it not as a before picture, she keeps it because it's a good photo. Fig knew, even then, how to hold a room. Some decisions announce themselves. Others walk out from under the bed on the 3rd morning, inspect the apartment, and settle into the chair beside you without a word. The moment Fig decided she was done being alone, Elena didn't see it happen. She only noticed somewhere in the middle of a Tuesday in October that it already had. Have you ever had a moment where a connection happened so quietly you almost missed it and only realized later that it had changed something?